Welcome to the Lock-In Podcast, episode 24. Oh my god, we're back, baby! It's been a long time. It's actually been a really nice, 2-3 week break. We're switching it up a bit. You're going to feel that in this style. We're still drinking, obviously, so pull up a drink right now. Drink with us. I've got an orange juice and vodka. All right, Sean is having in just a second. But we're going to shorten it down a bit. It's going to be much more chilled, this one. No talking about politics, just what we've been up to. So, sit down, take it easy, and Sean, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Yeah, I'm doing
Excellent. Good. What are you drinking, my boy?
I'm finishing a cup of tea, which is non-alcoholic for once, which is surprising. Normally I shove a bit of whiskey in it.
Damn right.
But I got 3 bottles of Desperano.
3 bottles. I said grab a drink. You've got 3 bottles. That's the way.
Well, you know, I thought I had to drink Corona, which I'm actually getting fed up with drinking. I still got 2 boxes left. I still got 2 boxes of 24 Corona left.
Is that from the party still? The party you had, the 21st, was it right?
Yeah.
Yeah. God, that's lasted a long time.
Well,
that's a seriously long time.
Thing is, people are wondering. I think we had 8 boxes, so we're down to 2.
6 boxes of 24 bits. I mean, over lockdown, what else we have had to do?
Nothing.
Exactly.
I've also completely I talked to Joe a little bit before the thing, but I completely caned my whiskey.
Yes.
Like,
that's so funny. When you said that, you said camed, and I was like, camed? Obviously, you said caned. I was like,
yeah, caned.
Okay. I was like,
caned.
That's a weird way of saying it. I'm a Akuma. That's a new word. Have you heard Kuma before?
No. Oh, go on,
so
enlighten me. What is Akuma, Joel? Go on.
So, Boomer and Zoomer. It's like Boomer's just old man now. Zoomer's a young kid. Akuma is someone that joins in talking, but they're sexually frustrated. They don't bust one out soon enough.
Oh, that's me then.
So when they talk about sex all the time or things like that, he's a bit of a Kuma.
So us.
Yeah.
us and our friendship group.
Yes. Yeah. The entirety of what's gone on. Yeah. Oh, mate, it's 3 weeks. Is it 3 weeks that we haven't spoke? I mean, we've seen each other once.
Yeah, once in a pub.
At a pub, and we hardly spoke. You turned up late. I left early. It's been mad. I mean, do you want to give me a little breakdown? What you've been up to? Good highlights, downsides, all the good stuff.
Well, my life has not been that interesting. To be perfectly honest, I brought a new lighter. Yay. I brought a new watch.
Nice.
Yay.
What'd you get?
I got a Tissot.
Oh yeah.
It's one that we talked about on the podcast before, but yeah, it's it's arrived and everything else.
You love your watches at the moment.
I do like my watches. Yeah.
Very nice.
I think that's gonna be the new thing we're gonna try and collect. The problem is, you can spend some stupid money in them.
Oh, so easily.
Oh,
so easily.
Yeah, just ridiculous money. I was looking
his eyes just open so wide, being like, "There's a lot of money in this."
Well,
you can get an AP, right? 50 grand watches.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I dive down the rabbit hole looking at different watch brands and everything else and stuff like that. And I'm not a big fan of Rolex. I don't like the look of them. I think they look quite like a very, very old man, like a boomer watch.
Yeah.
I look at them and I'm sure it's extremely well made and everything else and stuff like that. But out of curiosity, out of pure curiosity, I was like, so how much if I was going to buy a Rolex? How much will they start off? 30 grand. They start off at 30. The cheapest one from Rolex is 30 grand.
Oh, I'm sure it's 5.5.
No,
5,500. I always thought that was because that's the one you see everyone wear. That's the classic one. I thought it was 5.5. Oh, I mean, maybe that one's discontinued. I'm sure that used to be the way.
Yeah, probably. But at the moment, I went on their website and I was like, 30 grand. I was like, ooh, fuck that. It's a deposit on a house.
That's kind of trash.
Who has 30 grand and goes like, I could buy a deposit on a house. Or I could buy a watch. The
people buying Rolexes, that's not a deposit on the house. That's the thing. It's not a deposit on their house. Right? They're talking...
No, they live in a different world.
Yeah. People that can drop money on a Rolex.
Yeah.
There was... actually, I've got a funny story about Rolex.
Go.
It was... there's actually I know someone quite well. Like I know they're family friends, where he used to work at the Ritz. So he actually was a maitre d', is it? I don't know, the guy that sorts everything out.
Yeah.
For
I think it's a maitre d'. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, he went up to someone's room. They called for him, and then they said, "Oh, I really want this Rolex. Can you go down and buy it?" And he gave him an envelope of cash of the exact amount to buy it. And then this is why I thought it was $5,500. It was the cheapest Rolex at the time. I thought he said $5,500. Maybe that was wrong. Maybe it was something different. But this guy that's staying there just gave my mate this, and he was like, "Oh, okay, I will go buy you that Rolex. That is what you asked. I'll do that." So he went down to the Rolex store down the street with this envelope of money, and goes to buy it. All going well. They said, "We need a phone number and email address. You have to give that." He doesn't know what this guy's email address or phone number is. So he gives the guy's name, because he knows the guy's name, but apparently he needs to sign up for this. So he gives his own email address. Normal thing, has to buy the watch, done. Gets the watch, perfect, delivers it back, no issue whatsoever. A few months later, he gets emails saying, "Hey, thank you for buying our Rolex. We are having this Rolex opening event, like this huge thing, all free drinks at this massive hotel because we're launching a new watch." And he's like, "Hell yeah, I'm going to that." So he turns up to all these Rolex events now all the time, every time they invite him, because he's on their mailing list. So anyone that buys a Rolex gets to go to these things, and he's like, "Hell yeah."
Damn.
So he freaking loves it.
Because the one thing that there's a brand, because I was just thinking, there's, I think they're a pretty new brand. There were an old brand, but they got reintroduced, I think, called Tudor, which is basically a Rolex, but they're cheaper.
Okay.
So yeah, so I think now, like, that Rolex that he got is probably now a Tudor. They look exactly, literally, if you look at a Tudor and look at the Rolex, it's just like, it's exactly the same thing, just a different name.
Okay. Yeah. Got you. So maybe it is one of those. That sounds really cool. Yeah, I'd like a really nice watch. I've got a couple of really nice ones, but nothing Rolex standard. I've got like a Hugo Boss. That's the level.
Well, not many people have a Rolex. I mean, that's just insane.
I would love a Breitling. Breitlin's the number one I'd get. I think I've spoken about this before. Breitlin's an aviation watch, and it looks.
What about the British one? Well, you sure you would get a British one, not the American one?
Is Breitling not British?
No, Breitlin's American.
Oh.
I think the British one is Beaumont.
Oh, I have heard of that. No, I mean, I don't know. Breitlin's like solidified in my brain as like the watch. Maybe Hollywood's done that to me, but it's like that is the pilot watch.
Yeah, to me, that's just way too big. They're just way too big.
Anyway, I mean, more stories. Go on.
Yeah, I thought I was about to say that. You know, what's happened in your life? Because I feel like my life's been very boring. Like, work, weekend, did stuff.
Yeah. Work. Everything has been a roller coaster. These last few weeks, absolutely insane. Big ups, big downs. Also, my health is deteriorating very quickly. So, where do I even start with this? Basically, I'm struggling to hear, so I've called the doctors to get like a hearing appointment, basically, because I can't hear people in like conversation. Do you remember when we went for a curry the other day? This was probably one of the last times I saw you. And I was really struggling to listen to more than one person at a time. I just couldn't focus on the conversation. And I was like, something's really wrong. And it took a lot of concentration. Like, if I wasn't looking at someone, I just wasn't hearing them. So when people were like talking to me, it was ignoring them. And I'm not sure if you noticed at all, hopefully not. But I was trying really hard to like focus up. So
I just thought you didn't like me.
I think that's understandable at this point. This is
for you, Sean, that was the case. But for everyone else,
no, really, I couldn't hear it. And I was like, this is super bad. So I've got a doctor's appointment for that. And I also went to the opticians. I now have glasses because I can't see I can't see things in the distance. So I spent £240 when I have literally no money on the glasses.
One of us.
Yeah. Oh, mate. And the other day, I was like cleaning my teeth, just spitting up blood, and I was like, my gums are like dying as well. Like I'm trash. I'm falling apart. I've hit 25 and my body's deteriorating heavily.
It's like you hit 25, your body's like, well, I guess I give up.
Yeah, it really is. I've lost 2 waist sizes during lockdown as well. I'm now a 26 waist. Everything. Like I swear, I'm actually dying. Everything's falling apart.
That's not right.
Yeah, I literally scary.
I lost weight during lockdown as well. Lost a couple of sizes and stuff like that, but nothing major.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, good for a few kilograms sounds great here and there, but yeah, a couple of waist sizes. But yes, that's been my like, oh no, what's actually happening? It's all sort of like cropped up in the last 3 weeks that I've like noticed it more, and I was like, I should do something about this, and it all just kind of hit me at once, and I was like, eh.
Damn.
So yes, that's been a bit of help. Huh?
Yeah, what toothbrush and toothpaste do you use?
Colgate Total Protection, Total White, or whatever it is, something like that. And I use Oral-B, like electric. I have mouthwash. I floss. Yeah, I mean, I'm good. Like, it hasn't happened in the last week, but from 3 weeks ago, after we stopped talking, for like 4 or 5 days in a row, I was like spitting up blood. And I was like, I don't seem right. I didn't get it checked. I probably should.
Yeah. Did you have a high sugar in your diet?
No, I've been eating super well actually. I've really reduced everything so heavily.
It might be a change in your diet.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe it was just not used to it. I'm eating loads of tuna.
That is bizarre. Tuna.
I think it's a ton of tuna.
Soft food is. It doesn't really matter, but soft food, if you got teeth problems and everything else, soft food is bad for it.
Oh, really? Well, it gets stuck in between too easily or something?
It gets stuck in between and helps build up plaque.
See, that's what I think it is. I think food did get stuck in between them. That's what I think. Because I thought it was a popcorn kernel. Because I eat so much popcorn. I thought that's what got stuck up in between one of them. I don't know. I it seemed to go down after a while, but I thought that might have been the case.
Popcorn, I don't know where popcorn lies. I do know two one of the best things to eat if you've got bad teeth is apples and celery.
Oh, really? Oh, okay, that's interesting. I get apples stuck in my teeth all the time.
When the apple's got enzymes, though, it helps the acid and the enzymes in the apple actually help, and the texture of the flesh actually act as a brushing.
Oh, thing. That's cool.
And celery is the same. And celery is the same thing because it's so brittle and everything else. It actually works as a weird brushing thing and everything else. It's. You still need to brush your goddamn teeth if you're listening to this.
Brush your teeth. Also, eat some goddamn apples. Apple a day keeps the doctor away. Everyone needs that right now. That's sick. And the dentist, apparently. Of course,
calcium. Dentists, yeah, man. And calcium. Plenty of calcium.
Yes. Yeah.
Something you can't have. Huh? You can have calcium, can you?
Yeah, I can drink milk. Can't eat bread. I've literally cut out all of that. I eat so much rice now. Rice is my main staple food. I love it. So good. But yeah, what else? I went to Norwich last week, sorry.
Yeah.
Had a week away with the family. Needed a nice little break. Wonderful time. Nice. I walked alpacas. I made a tea light out of glass. It was it was weird. I played a lot of tennis. The casual family holiday, as you know.
Walking alpacas and making stained glass.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. The alpacas is the thing that got me. I'll dive into a story about alpacas in a bit.
Yeah, they're so cute. Oh my god, I love alpacas. They're the most docile creatures. They literally did nothing. Mine was super posy. I've got some great photos of me hugging an alpaca, and he just wanted to walk behind me and eat grass. So
basically you found a version of you as an alpaca.
Yeah, it was.
He's
it was
posy.
Funny.
He just wanted to do his own thing.
The guy was like, all right, so this is the alpha of the pack. Who wants him? And I was like, yes, please. So I walked at the front with the alpha, and he just did his own thing. Was super posy whenever I wanted him to be, and I was like, sick. This is my alpaca. Everyone else is walked in bushes and started eating everything, and I'm like, nah, my one just led the pack, and I was like, yes, me.
That's not you.
It's how I perceive me.
It's how you see yourself.
That's it. Yeah.
As an alpha alpaca.
Exactly. Exactly. You guys are my alpaca pack.
No, I'm an alpha wolf.
Oh no. Oh, I did get myself a really nice vodka as well from there called Black Shuck Vodka. It's actually made in Norwich, which is super cool. So I went to the distillery and got that, and that's what I'm drinking tonight, which is super good.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah. Is there any more activities with you? Like, surely you've got up to some stuff on the weekend. You're always up to something.
Getting drunk.
Yeah.
Alcohol.
Yeah. Down at the pub.
At the pub, yeah. Been going to the pub a few times and everything else and stuff like that. Yeah. So.
Nice. Have you taken advantage of the eat out to save the country or whatever it is?
Not as much. I did went out with I think last Friday.
Last Friday. Yep. Week ago. We filmed this on Friday, by the way. It should still be out Monday. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, Friday or Saturday. I think it was. Maybe actually been Saturday. I went out with the family, and it was this 2 Pizza Express, the one
Nice.
in Epping.
Nice, very nice one.
Yeah, it's a very, very, very good one. We have a good relationship with 2 of the waiters there, because we talked football. Me and my dad talked football, which it's a good. Football is a universal language. I feel like if you go, it's a really good way to like get in good with people and everything else. Like when I went to Spain with my dad one time, he was like, Real Madrid or Barcelona? Atletico. You? Tottenham. Boom. And we got free drinks. We used to go up there, had a full-blown conversation and everything else. It was like, it's just a way in.
That's cute. I like that. It is crazy how like things like that, sport, like is world known.
I
Football,
think
biggest of them all, obviously.
Well, I would say that football's the best sport ever. Full stop.
I disagree, but I won't get into it.
I can prove it.
Okay. I do actually. Can I say one thing? Sorry.
Go.
Who won out of us two in the Fantasy Premier League?
You did.
I did. Thank you.
It was no way I could catch up. And then within 3 games, I was like, when it was 3 or 4 games left, I was like, there's no. I was just playing for pride.
Yeah.
Next season.
You
had that 1 week where you just got it bang on. Like you got the highest. As it said, the highest you can get, and you got it. I was like, well.
Yeah, I didn't get the highest of the weekend, but I think I was like 10 points off the highest of the weekend. I was like,
no way.
Yeah, so it was good. It was a good game. I think I was 90 points ahead at the end, but the person in first was actually 90 points ahead before that, and above me. So at the end, it was like nowhere near. None of us, first, second, and third, were nowhere near each other. Mickey won by a mile.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it was that was good fun. Me and you came second and third out of like 7 people. So
yeah,
can't complain.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what happens next season. Because your brother said he wanted to join. That was ages ago, but he did say
did he?
was. Yeah,
I remember him. Interesting.
So if he's still in, that'll be someone else. I think my dad's gonna join. Add a few more people. Make a bit.
That'd be fun.
Add a few more people.
Definitely.
Hopefully beat Mickey.
Yes. He listens to like podcasts. He listens to like, he like watches every match. I was like, I didn't watch a match the entire season. I got second. I just like to read stats.
But I think that honestly, the fact that you don't watch football and you just look at stats plays in your benefit.
100%. Yeah, because having Aubameyang, you and Mickey both refused to play Aubameyang, right? Because he's an Arsenal player.
Well, yeah. I'm going to have an Arsenal on my team.
He got golden boot. Oh no, Vardy got golden boot, but he was like close second. So like, I had him on the team almost the entire season.
Well, I think Kane was like 4th, despite the fact he was injured for pretty much the whole season. So it's generally insane, man.
He's a nutty player.
I don't leave Tottenham.
Yeah.
If he leaves, we've got nothing. If he leaves, we get relegated. That's the truth. He leaves, we have to play against Stoke.
Well, actually, sorry, back to the eat out to help or whatever. I went on the first night it happened. So that's when I went to Norwich. So we went out on the first night, the Monday night. So we're like, oh, let's go out for some food. We went to this pub. They had literally no idea how much there was gonna how busy it was gonna be. They were so understaffed, so our food took forever. They were just like, oh, random Monday night, maybe have an extra chef on. The chefs were like mad, like every table was full. It was crazy. But we got 2 pizzas, 3-stack burgers with like bacon, onion rings, everything. All of our drinks, £23.
It's generally insane. It's a good thing to get. It's going to save a lot of business. That's the good side of it.
Yeah.
It's going to save a lot of business. It's the one thing I think you may have seen it as well, because I think we and you shared the same friend. But there's been a few people I've seen who are very concerned about the entertainment industry. They are generally being somewhat screwed over, and it's a difficult thing because I understand why they've been kind of told they can't do stuff. But at the same token, it's like you need to do something for them. Because you know, eventually life will go back to normal, and eventually we're going to need them to, you know. I still plan to do 5 festivals in a row.
Yeah.
You know, I need them to do 5 I need them so I can do 5 festivals in a row.
Yeah, the entertainment industry gigs need to come back 100%.
Yeah.
I can't wait for all of that. But right now it's back on a rise, right? Anyway, we're getting back into the news. But, that's so true. But to the alpaca thing, I don't know if alpacas are similar to lemurs, but I know that lemurs get lonely. Okay.
They get that lonely, they get like clinical depression, so they shove a donkey with them.
Oh, that's so sweet. Is that why the people have lemur walks, like experiences with lemurs?
Yeah.
To encourage
Yeah. Because I'm wondering that's why alpacas are similar.
Yeah, because they love their little packs. Also, the farm was so cute.
Yeah. Also, the other thing, there's a film with Nicolas Cage called The Colour from Space, or The Colour of Space, something like that.
I think you've mentioned it before to me. I've never seen this film, but yeah, carry on.
It's someone took some drugs and wrote a film. Basically, that's the only way to describe it because it's just crazy. But it's the alpacas, and it's like Nicolas Cage delivers this thing. It's like, I'll deal with it like I dealt with the alpacas. It's like it's such a weird. It's such a it's clearly he's meant to be his diehard moment.
Yeah.
And it's with alpacas, and it's like.
That's kind of fun. I like it. I like LSD trip films.
Yeah, I think it's meant to be a horror film, but I think it came across as just funny.
Okay, like a spoof, like a Scream or something.
I took it as a spoof. There's a few. No, there's not even a creepy bit in it. No, it's just funny.
Okay.
It's just fun to watch me like, this is a thing.
Yeah, someone made this.
I think
films, man.
Yeah, and then you remind yourself that Nicolas Cage has got an Oscar.
Yeah, he certainly does. At least it was before we were both born. 1993, is it? 1992, whatever his Oscar is.
Yeah, just before we were born.
Damn right.
We got the full on crazy Nicolas Cage, the best Nicolas Cage.
The bees.
I was gonna sound awful on the audio.
Damn right it is. Oh my god. Oh yeah. So that's perfect. I mean, I didn't plan a would you rather. I just really wanted a catch up. I just wanted something nice and chill. I'm sure we'll just talk after this as well. I mean, actually, we can carry on for a little bit, right? Just still.
If you want, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm chill, man. I mean, yeah, let's carry on then.
Cool. All right. Yeah. I'm making my way through my second drink. I've missed just sitting down and having a drink. Like, there's not been any like pub quizzes or like murder mysteries or anything as of yet. Or, like, we haven't spoken to our main group of friends like online in so long. So
no, the break's been nice, but like at the same token, it's like nothing's going on, nothing's happening. I kind of it got to the point where I was sick of quizzes. It's now like I would like to do another quiz. Yeah.
I could bring a quiz pack now.
What do you think of the league idea?
Oh, well, our friends suggested like a championship league kind of thing. So it's pairs. So we have a friendship group of 6 people, and they've paired us into 2. So there's 3 teams of 2. And what is it? Just every single game we're going to be playing, competing against each other.
Yeah. Well, I think we're going up there towards the end of August for a Bottom brunch. So I'm guessing it'll be done. Some of the games will be done then. But yeah, it's like a league thing.
That makes sense. I didn't know what the idea was in any way. So yeah, it makes more sense to be in person.
Well, you think we could play beer pong on the laptop somehow?
Oh, is that what it was? I honestly didn't read. I thought it was computer games. I legit just thought like code names or something.
It could be computer games.
Mm.
But I think it's just like where there's a series of games and stuff. And
I
don't know how the point system works.
Mm. Yeah, Bottomless Brunch is what, next weekend? Is that right?
No,
20
weekend.
I think it's the one. I think it's next weekend. Not the one like tomorrow. Yeah, the day after. It's 22nd. 22nd. We're doing a Bottomless Brunch. So that'd be exciting. Either we'll record just before or just after it, and it'd be horrible.
On the way down there.
During the Bottomless Brunch. Yeah, we might be getting a train. We might be driving. I'm not sure.
I think a train's better.
Yeah, I mean, if we can stay in at any time this Sunday, I might just volunteer to drive. I know I drove last time, but I could volunteer to do it again.
Well, it's up to you. And the only reason I say train's better is because we can both go down there and not worry about the hangover and the grogginess of what alcohol gives you the next day and everything else. We both of us can let loose and have fun without panicking about the next day.
Yeah. To be honest, I'm not too worried. My hangover game is strong. Like I don't really get hungover, which is sick.
Yeah,
actually, the other day,
that's not me anymore. That's not me. I get hangovers. I don't like them.
Do.
Remember that time I literally had 2 beers because we was literally going. I think we were going down to see the group that we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And you was driving down. You wasn't even driving. I just had 2 beers because we were doing golf in the morning. Or something. We were doing something.
Yeah.
In the, yeah. Joking for this, I had 2 pints of beer.
Yes.
Next day, I literally looked like death warmed up. He was like, "Mate, are you alright?" Like, nah.
Yeah, like, you didn't even sleep well. Like that, it screwed you. Like 2 pints, like really screwed you, which is so.
I wasn't
funny.
even drunk. I was stoned. I was sober.
Yeah.
I was there.
Pretty much.
I was completely and utterly sober, and there was nothing weird and everything else.
Yeah.
And the next day, I just woke up like, man, just Joel, shoot me.
Yeah.
Call me daddy.
A throwback. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, I don't know what the yeah, I mean the other night, actually last weekend, I had a party. It was my friend's birthday, and I got a job.
You got a job?
Sorry, I got a job last Saturday. I had an interview. I got a job. I'm actually a content editor now. I edit podcasts for a living. Yeah. How has that happened?
Do you actually do?
Not a joke. Really, not a joke. Legit, not a joke.
Edit podcasts.
I'm editing podcasts.
Can we plug their podcast on this podcast? Would it boost theirs?
It definitely no. It would not. I'm keeping it separate. I'm not going to say what I'm doing just yet, but it's all to do with aviation, and they needed someone to do video editing, presenting, and podcast editing, and I was like, I've done a fair amount of that over lockdown. Here's what I've done, and I actually used this as like part of my resume. No joke.
So this was your CV. This podcast was your CV.
Yeah, I hope they didn't listen to much, but I got the job. So yeah.
If you get a call going like, we're fine with you editing, but we need to talk about some of the stuff you talked about.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Yes, I'm waiting for it. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, so I'm freelancing for them. And yeah, that's my new little place, which is super good. Very excited for it.
There we go.
But yeah, so to celebrate that, it was my friend's birthday. We went on a big night out. I was literally up. I got there at like, I don't know, 7 roughly. 7 p.m. Started drinking straight away. I was drinking till about 4:30 in the morning. Big night. Went to bed 5, 6. Woke up at 9 a.m. Absolutely fun. No hangover. Obviously, I was like a little tired, but 0 hangover, and I was like, damn, that's mad. Just got up, stomach hurt a little bit, walked away. Absolutely fun. I was like, this is I think lockdown has given me a superpower of no hangovers. that's the power I've achieved. Many people have got really fit, learned a new skill. I just don't get hangovers anymore. it's
That is useful.
Yeah, yeah. It's probably more useful than like sign language. What are other people doing?
Well,
yeah.
You got to use it more often. Like getting fit and healthy. It's only going to last to a certain period, and eventually, you're going to hit 30, 35. It's all going to go. Your superpower is going to last a lifetime. It's never ever not going to become useful. Like your stag do.
Yeah.
All that stuff in the future and everything else, like everything that can happen in the future where partying and drinking's acceptable, you'd be like, I'm gonna be fine the next day. It's good.
Yeah, it adds days to my life.
And then there's me.
2 beers later.
Yeah, that's it. See, I'm like this now, and I'm in my mid-20s, and I'm like that now. What am I gonna be like when I'm like in my mid-30s, or when I'm like in my 50s and everything else? That's gonna be
Get
like
a glass of wine and pass out.
Oh, no, I can still. Oh, no, I've got pretty hot legs. I can drink. I can hold my drink well. It's just the next day.
Oh, so true. Yeah, actually, you can. Yeah, you can drink. Right. You actually don't ever seem that drunk. That's the funny thing. Like, it takes loads for you to feel drunk, like, or in a group situation. But yeah, then you're always rough the next day.
Yeah, Reading was the most annoying thing because the last night at a festival, last time I went to Reading last year. Mm-hmm. Last night at a festival, you always need to get on it. You always need to get a good buzz and everything else. Mm-hmm. So, start the morning, do as you normally do. You go to, I think Aldi, it may even be Lidl, but Aldi. Mm-hmm. Bought all this fucking booze and everything else. I go to the camp. I had a whole crate of beer to myself of Carlsberg.
Yep.
Which, I hate Carlsberg. Thanks to festivals, I hate Carlsberg. It's such a disgust. Thing is, festivals, I didn't like it beforehand. Festivals have literally ruined it even more because you wake up the next day and you got semi-warm, flat Carlsberg the next day to start off your day drinking. It's like, there's nothing worse than a warm Carlsberg.
100%. 100%. That sounds horrific.
It is horrific. It's the most disgusting thing in the world. I guarantee you, nothing will make you hate Carlsberg more than that. So yeah, I had a whole thing. I had 2 Portland brandies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because I wanted to get on it, and I've been struggling to get on it. I think the first night I got a little bit tipsy and everything else, but then I sobered up really quickly. So I really wanted to get on it in the last night of Reading and everything else.
Of course.
Someone was trying to make cocktails. I don't know what they were making, but I drank it, which is never a good thing.
Definitely,
yeah. And then we went up. I was struggling to walk in a straight line. Mm-hmm. So I was tipsy, I would say. Yeah. Then you have to, if you ever, those who have been to a festival know, but when you go to for Reading, there's bollards to make sure you can't not bring in any alcohol, illegal stuff in and everything else, or knives and shit. The queue for that took so long. I sobered up. It took so long. I was there like, yes, I'm ready to party and everything. By the time I actually got frisked by this overweight person who's going like, be careful. Be careful the heat. Watch your health. I'm like, dude. I mean, I'm fine. What was going to happen to you? You got extra insulation. I'm skin and bones. You're gonna melt.
Just bullying the security staff now. Boo.
Yeah.
It is.
God, it took so long. But the thing is, it took so long. I sobered up. I then went off and found a cocktail bar thing. Mm-hmm. Always the best. I had 3 tequila sunrises.
Love them. Got
a bit buzzy and everything else. I was like, yeah. Had a couple more beers. Yeah. Had a Smirnoff. I went to the Smirnoff area. Had a thing there. Then we started queuing up to get ready to see the Foo Fighters. By the time the Foo Fighters went on, I was stone cold sober again. It was like, this is cruel. This is actually mean. I mean, I can't. And then.
It's a cruel joke.
It's a cruel,
especially for how you feel the next day.
Yeah. And again, the next day I woke up. I went to bed sober. Woke up the next day, hangover. I'm like, this is unfair. This is cruel and unfair.
That's so funny.
After the Foo Fighters finished, we went back to our tent. What was left of the alcohol, I started raiding that stuff and everything else. I finished someone's port and everything else. Started going it. It was just great and everything else. Finally went to the silent disco. By the time I got into the silent disco, again, sober.
Can't enter a silent disco sober. Oh my god, that sounds painful.
It was the worst thing ever. Everyone's there going like, "This is a great night," like waving, and someone was dancing so bad they slapped me a couple of times in the face, and I'm there going like.
And
The only good bit was when they played the Kids Mr. Brightside, because I have to go nuts for Mr. Brightside.
Can't beat it.
It's my jam. I don't care how much of a white girl thing that is.
It's good to say it's such a basic white girl thing.
Basic bitch. But yeah,
Yeah.
I came on, I partied. They played a few other bangers as well, but after a certain point, it was like, I'm gonna go to bed. Stand on the fire for a bit. Went to bed. Woke up the next day. Went to bed sober. Pretty damn sober. There was no buzz anyway. Woke up the next day. It's like putting your tent back, wrapping up camp with the world's like worst hangover. Sometimes it's like,
oh, I cannot imagine how bad that is. That sounds
And
horrendous.
it's all the worst thing as well. Some arsehole came over and shook my tent and said, "Wake up!" And I only wanted to murder someone.
Yeah.
So more in my
Quite
life.
as much as that.
I literally was like compensating, like I can get a tent peg.
Mm.
And just ram it right in his gut. I was really thinking about it. It was like,
We're in fields. How easy is it to bury? There's probably no security cameras.
There's a lot of witnesses though. I'm in a field full of other campers. That's the problem.
If you asked him to get in the tent, could bury the tent, like just walk away from the tent. Never my tent. Bye bye.
Leave it for the people who recycle it.
Exactly. Or just burn it. Burn it. Plastic wrap to the body. Done.
I must admit, I think this was the first wedding that I went to that no one burnt their tent,
Oh really?
which is a rare thing. Well,
I've heard that's the common go-to.
Yeah, well, it was a weird. It's strange because they were very strange about the fire rule in Reading. I thought they might have banned it. They haven't banned it, but and you can buy logs and a fire starter and everything else there. So I did. I bought logs and a fire starter and I started setting a fire. And the guy came over and, "You can't have a fire here, it's dangerous, tents are flammable." I'm like, "So why sell firewood?" You know, I don't mind if they ban. I completely understand. There's people who are drunk. There's tents that are highly flammable, full of stupid teenagers, and there's also a bunch of other stupid teenagers and adults taking all sorts of random stuff and everything else. You know, having fire in that mix is not gonna lead to any happy outcome. I fully understand if they ban it, but if you're gonna keep it, you can't go over to someone who just opened a fire and be like, "That's dangerous." It's like, well, yeah, no shit.
Yeah. That's what a festival is. It's a bunch of dangerous stuff, and it all just ends funnily.
Yeah, normally.
Yeah.
But the guy came over and went, "That fire is dangerous. It's near tents." I'm like, "I'm in a field full of tents."
Where do you want this? I can put it in the portaloo if you want.
Where am I going to put the fire? I don't understand your argument here. It's like, well, it's very dangerous. I mean, someone could burn themselves. I'm like, I know. There's people drinking. I know. Alcohol's flammable. I know. You're the ones who are selling firewood and fire starters and matches. This is on you. This is not on us.
Yeah, that's so good. That's so good. Anyway, I think I'm going to wrap up here, mate.
All right, sweet.
I haven't got a would you rather or anything. If people want a would you rather, hit us up. Just let us know. I think I'd be more than happy to bring that stuff like that up. And I'm sure we'll talk about more world relevant stuff next week if we want to, or if we've had super interesting weeks like Sean might. We'll bring it back up. I think this is the new vibe. If you like the vibe, make sure you give us a thumbs up. Let us know. Hit us up on Facebook and Instagram. We still do monitor it. So that'd be great. I think our YouTube audience is easily our biggest now. I'm reading all the comments. Just jump on. That would be wonderful. Let us know. Hit us up on YouTube. That's the best place. If you like this vibe, if you want back to the old vibe, screw yourselves. If you want anything else, just let us know, because it'd be great. We're vibing with it, and we're going to try and take it down. It's a shorter time. We're going to go between half an hour and 45 minutes. That sort of vibe now. Yeah. I said vibe a lot there. Anyway,
I hope people are vibing with your vibe.
Thank you. I hope so. Me. I'm just gonna vibe by myself, and anyone else can come and join my vibe. Sean's in my vibe, I'm sure.
Yeah, sure.
Excellent. Anything else to add there, mate?
Nah.
Hit us up. Lock In Podcast. We're everywhere.
See you later.
See you later. Bye.
Kaboom.